Second, Director Wray, you mentioned in your answers to Senator Rubio's questions about TikTok how concerned you are, and the degree to which they're subject to the CCP in terms of their disgorgement of data and the potential use of that data to run operations against the American people. I wonder if you could use this open public opportunity to describe to the American people what the danger to them is of this platform that is run out of Beijing. What is the danger to them?
Well, let me start by saying the point that I tried to get to towards the end of my exchange with Senator Rubio, which is understand that the difference between an ostensibly private company and the CCP is essentially a distinction without a difference.
Right.
So if you were to ask Americans, would you like to turn over your data, all your data, control of your devices, control of your information to the CCP, most Americans would say, yeah, I'm not down with that, as my kids would say. That's the question we're asking. So it's really a question of data collection, and we know that they can use it to conduct all sorts of big data operations.
And what would a big data operation mean to your average citizen?
There have been a lot of questions from the chairman and others about AI and things like that. If you look at the Chinese government's gobbling up of information and data, and then the use of AI and other tools, ultimately supercomputing, things like that, to marshal all that data to conduct targeting for espionage, targeting for IP theft, targeting for all the things that I and others on this panel have been calling out about the Chinese government. Data is the coin of the realm. Those who have the best information have the power, and that's what that enables them to do. You just have to look at the Equifax hack, where they essentially stole the PII of half the population of the United States, and that's one Chinese government operation. So it's the control of the data to conduct all sorts of big data operations. It's the control of the recommendation algorithm, which allows them to conduct influence operations. It's the control of the software, which allows them to then have access to millions of devices. So you put all those three things together, and again, come back to the starting point, which is this is a tool that is ultimately within the control of the Chinese government, and to me, it screams out with national security concerns.
My kids are about the same age as your kids, and what I would say is people ought to find a different platform. The American people don't need to spend 3 weeks out of the year on a platform that's run out of Beijing for Beijing's purposes, and we can do a better job than that. I also just, while I have 1 second left, would say that I don't think the American people have had the kind of negotiation you were just talking about, even with our own big data platforms in the United States, our big social media platforms. We have not had a negotiation about our privacy rights. We've not had a negotiation about whether your kids or my kids should have the benefit of the economics of their identities, or whether Mark Zuckerberg should have the benefit of the economics of their identities. And I think, Mr. Chairman, that's something that this committee, it's not exactly what we're working on, but I think it's a related topic that is important for us to think about.
I agree with you. Senator Moran.